Welcome to another season of the Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Coach Masella, Max Rottenecker. Coach, opened the season with a lot of promise against Fordham. A lot of numbers a lot of records in your coaching tenure were broken there. What did you see on film that was encouraging about your team?
What records were broken, Max?
The most points since you took over, the most yards through the air since you took over, most receiving yards by a receiver since 2014, at least. So there's a lot of stuff that happened on offense that hasn't happened here in a minute.
There was a lot of positives that came out of the game, and we're better. We're a better football team now. We got to start to win football games. And one of the disappointing pieces was we knew it was going to be a tough game for our defense, but we got some guys banged up in the secondary the week before practice, and it seemed to take an effect as far as our pass defense. But overall, I thought we're a much improved team. The one thing I really liked was our guys competed, and they played hard for just about 60 minutes, and I thought that was good. And, hey, we had a chance, should have been in the game, but we got to find a way to finish, which we didn't.
Now, you look at the third quarter. You mentioned the part of not finishing, but in the third quarter, you take the lead there on that Javen Little touchdown in front of a great crowd, and there's that energy that hasn't been on the field in quite some time. How badly do you want to bottle that feeling and kind of just like send it out to your players and say this is what it's going to feel like very soon?
Well, I think the one thing is our kids played with energy, and they competed, which it's been a struggle here, but we're finally starting to turn the corner, and we just got to continue to work hard and keep playing, play every snap, and eventually, we're going to create our own opportunities and our own breaks and win football games. But when you haven't won in a long time, and this group of seniors haven't won in a real long time, you find a ways of not getting it done instead of getting it done. And I think the one thing that was encouraging was when they scored right off the bat to start the second half, we answered. And it went back and forth for a little bit, and then they created some big plays that kind of put it away. But those are the things we have to learn and get better at.
Now, staying with the offense for just a second, I know Nick Cargman, he was kind of you introduced him as more of a game manager, a pocket passer, and then we go to Thursday night and we're getting explosive plays out of the passing game, 30-yard completions, 50-yard completions, and yes, Naeem Simmons is part of that and being a dynamic player. But what did you see out of your quarterback on Thursday?
I thought Nick played well for 3 quarters. I thought in the late in the third quarter, he made some throws that we would like back, but I thought overall, we have to remember Nick Cargman hasn't played a lot of college football, and I thought he did a really nice job in the first 3 quarters, and I think not only him, I think losing Antonio Williams affected the ball getting back to him, where he had he had to do some other things other than reading the defense. He had to locate the ball. It was kind of all over the place, and we had a 4th and 3 where if the ball it's a good snap, we execute and we keep the drive moving. So I thought he played well. I thought he did a lot of great things, and he can throw the football. We just got to keep going in the right direction with him. So I thought he did a great job, Nick.
So now defensively, I did my research. You had 10 tackles for loss, tied for 6th in the country among FCS teams in week 1. How happy were you with your pursuit up front? You talked a little bit about the back end, but it looked like the front 7 was really moving around and flying to the football.
I thought our kids played hard. I didn't think we played particularly well in spots, but I thought our guys competed. Obviously, our guys up front did a pretty good job. We were going to be light in the box last week against the run. We knew that because we had to try to protect our corners. And, they ran the ball a little bit, but we did create some minus yardage plays. And, we're a work in progress on defense. We gotta straighten out the secondary. But when you're playing two true freshmen, had to play against a team like Fordham that's been explosive on offense. Things didn't work out the way we wanted. We tried to protect them, but at times you gotta make plays, and our young guys struggled a little bit. But Jaden Brown also made a big play in the first half by picking a ball off in the end zone. And then the other one was the encouraging. They hit a screen on a 3rd and 1 that you saw two guys run and catch it, tackle it on the 2, and they get no points out of the drop because we do pick a ball off. So we got a lot of work to do on defense, but I was pleased to see that we made some minus yardage plays. We want to be aggressive, and our defense will be carried by our front six.
Now, you're looking at some guys in the secondary that are just getting their feet wet in their first experience of college football, and I think you saw that a lot last year with your special teams, starting a lot of freshmen there, and kind of having that deer in the headlights look for the week one, and then now you look at your special teams play a week later, or a year later, I should say. And it's fairly solid. You hit a field goal. You had some good punt coverage. Your long snapper is doing his job. So how much do you or how fast do you expect those freshmen on defense to kind of adapt in similar ways?
Well, you hope they adapt pretty quick. But we have some guys that we're going to get back hopefully soon, and they won't have to play as big a role. But they're both going to be good young players. But true freshmen corners, that's a tall order. Fordham could throw the ball. As another. We play Rutgers this week. That's a pretty tall order for young guys to play, and they just got to keep competing and battling. And that's hopefully we're going to get better this week. They learn a little bit from their mistakes and they get a little bit better. But obviously, we have some growing pains back there, and we knew we were a little thin going in, and then we had a couple injuries during the week that were kind of fluke, but. We didn't have guys out there, so we had to shuffle the deck and try to do as much as we could. We just didn't do enough.
All right. Thank you, Coach. We're going to take a look at next week's opponent, Rutgers, right after the break. It's the Touchdown Club Coaches Show on NEC Front Row.
At Wagner College, we have this beautiful campus where I get to know my professors and I make great friends.
I've gotten really involved in the local community, leading theater programs. At the same time, New York City surrounds us, so I can get internships at prestigious organizations, explore cultures from all over the world,
and experience just life as a city girl.
At Wagner, I learn by doing. It's practical. It's the Wagner plan.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Welcome back to the show. Time to look at next week's opponent in Rutgers, and obviously a tough task traveling to Piscataway against a Big Ten team. Just like all of us, I'm sure you watched by the pool with a nice sports drink in your hand on Saturday. What did you see on film? A tough comeback win by Rutgers over Boston College.
They're a pretty good football team, and they'll be the best team that we've played since I've been here by far. I mean, looking at how they played BC, you usually don't stop BC from running the football. They stopped them dead, and they're big and physical on defense, and they played a great game on defense. But then they what they do on offense, they just stuck to their game plan, and that last drive was really, really impressive what they did to BC's defense, where they just. I don't think they completed a pass on the drive. I don't think they attempted more than one, and they went 96 yards to win the game. So they're a big, strong, physical team that if you listen and look at they have young guys playing, and we're going to have all we can handle against them up front on both sides of the ball, and their skill against our skill. It's going to be a great challenge, a great opportunity. Our players are excited, and I say this all the time. A lot of people don't like 1AA teams playing, Power 5 teams. If you asked everyone in our team meeting room, which I did, do you like this game? Do you want to play this game? Everybody's excited to play it. So we'll go, do the best we can. I think it's like any week 2 game for us is how much are we going to improve from week 1, and see if we can get keep extending the game and stay in the game, and see where we are, and make plays, and our guys will be excited and go play. But they're by far the best team that we've played since I've been here, and probably the best team that Wagner's played in a long, long time.
Now, you look at a team like Fordham, and it was a very big veteran team. You knew exactly who their quarterback was going to be. You knew exactly who their receivers were going to be, and this is what they do on offense. Now you look at Rutgers, and you mentioned there's a lot of youth on their team, but also three quarterbacks saw action mixed in there. What's the difference in preparing for a younger team in week 2 than sort of like a veteran team in Fordham?
Listen, they're Power 5 kids for a reason. They're big, fast, strong, and they're extremely well coached. And the game's a lot faster. And so is our preparation. Our preparation is to get better this week, period. And let's see if we can build on some of the positives we had on offense last week, and let's see if we can improve on defense and keep improving on special teams. That's the goal. And like I said, let's get better. And we can't really, you look at Rutgers. If you look at it on paper, we really don't have we don't match up, across the board physically. But that doesn't mean you can't compete and get the game. And that's what we have to do. We have to play as hard as we can every snap. And I talk to our kids all the time. I'd rather crash and burn in a game than not play hard and not compete. And certainly, we're gonna give it everything we have and do the things we want to do and try to do to win football games. But at the end of the day, for us, it comes down to, are we going to get better this week? Because, the numbers in Power 5 teams playing 1AA, the probability of winning those games is not very high. But that doesn't mean anything to our kids. Their job is to go win a football game. Our job is to give them a chance with our schemes. Let's go play.
Now, consecutive weeks here, you got the Rutgers game, a big alumni tailgate coming up, and then Wagner weekend, a homecoming game. How excited are you to feel our alumni support and see some familiar faces on the sidelines and in the stands?
I thought Thursday night was pretty good atmosphere at Grimes Hill. And, it's always good to have people excited about your team and what you're doing. And our players certainly appreciate it. So from that standpoint, we just hope more people get involved and be a part of what we're trying to do here and, support and have fun and be excited. So we'll have a pretty good crowd, I'm sure, at Rutgers. I'm sure they'll have a pretty good crowd there, too. But, it's good to see that our alums are excited for our football team and our football program. And certainly homecoming's always been a big day and a great day here. So as an alum, I look forward to seeing a lot of old friends coming back, a week later. But I've gotten a lot of phone calls for tickets and sideline passes for the Rutgers game. And it's good to see people want to be involved.
Exciting times here. Coach, good luck against Rutgers. Excited to see a lot of you on the sidelines. We're going to be back next week with another edition of the Touchdown Club Coaches Show. Thank you for watching. Until next time, go Seahawks.